Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. So for today, we are going to look into triple integral in spherical coordinate, which is the exercise 4.6.4. The exercise 4.6.3 is about the conversion from rectangular to spherical. Okay, for that one, you can do it yourself. Okay, the conversion is not that important. It is embedded in this integration problem. Okay, so I would focus on the integration problem. So let's look into exercise 4.6.4. Okay, what's the difference between cylindrical and spherical coordinates? In spherical coordinates, so meaning that the 3D region or the G region is a sphere, okay, mostly, but not necessarily, because some of the other surface can also be solved using the spherical coordinates. We will look into that later. Okay, so the difference between cylindrical and spherical. Okay, so in cylindrical, your 2D region, the 2D region is the R region, okay, is a circle or any polar curve. Okay, however, in this spherical coordinate, okay, it looks into the G region. Okay, G region is the 3D lah. Okay, it is in terms of sphere or any parts of sphere lah. Okay, there's a different So basically, the spherical, kalau dia adalah sphera, if it's a sphere, the 2D region is here, right? 2D region is also a circle, kan? So it come back to the cylindrical coordinate. Okay, so cylindrical coordinate can be be used to solve sphere volume to find the volume for sphere as well. Okay, however, the spherical coordinate, it is much easier than using cylindrical. Okay, if you want to solve for volume of sphere. Okay, let's look into question number 1. And then sometimes you can use both to solve for the volume. Okay, boleh guna dua-dua pun. Cuma the difference is it is either easier or rather harder for you to solve lah. Okay. Okay, sketch the region G and evaluate the iterated integral. Okay, so we are going to look into the iterated integral first. 0 to pi over 2. And then 0 to 2. Rho to the power of 3. Sine phi, cos phi. D rho. This is rho, not P, called rho. And then this one is called phi. And then this one is, as usual, theta lah. Okay, so means the first limit is for rho, the second limit is for phi, and then the third limit is for theta. Okay. So for this one, okay, both are phi, so we have to use substitution. Okay. Kita solvekan dulu untuk rho. Kita akan ada rho kuasa 4 per 4 lah. Okay, the others tu semua masih sama lagi, which is the sine phi is still there, the cos phi is still there, rho is already been solved, then what's left is d phi, d theta. Okay, and then we're going to solve for phi and we're going to solve for phi, in which it has sine and cos together. Okay. Okay, so that one will be 4. Sebab keluar 4. Okay, so for this one, I use let u equals to sine. Okay, why do I choose sine, what not cos? Actually, you can choose cos. Okay, however, it is easier to choose sine because when you differentiate sine, you will get cos. However, if you differentiate cos, you will get negative sign. So negative tu kadang-kadang student dia macam tertinggal, terlupa. Okay, so better if you can find the positive function of it, use the positive one. Tapi sebenarnya guna tu pun boleh juga, guna cos pun boleh juga, tak ada masalah. But make sure you didn't leave out the negative lah. So beza sin dapat cos. So you have here cos theta d theta, right? So, and not theta, cos phi d phi, right? Okay, so cos phi d phi will be du. Okay, so we substitute everything. So we'll have sin phi become u, the cos phi d phi become du. So this is what we want to integrate. Okay, or the 0 pi over 2 is still there. Okay, and then theta is still there. So it becomes squared over 2 d theta. Okay, do not substitute the value of 0 to pi over 2 yet. Okay, you have to substitute back u into sine. So sine squared phi. So your sine squared phi is from 0 to pi over 2. Now what's left is d theta. Okay, so sine pi over 2 is 1. 1 to the power of 2 is 1 also. So 2 darab 1 lagi ni. And then left is 0 from theta from 0 until pi. Okay, so buat satu saja. Kalau you tak rasa tak boleh nak buat direct semua kan. So your answer will be 2 pi. Okay, substitute the value of pi until 0 until pi to the theta, you will get 2 pi lah. And the question also asks to sketch the region G. Okay, so bear in mind when we are talk about sketching, we are actually want to sketch the limit. Okay, not the integral. So sketch this limit. Okay, so kita sketch kat sini. Okay, the rho is from 0 until 2. Rho is the radius for your sphere. Okay, so rho until, let's say this here is 2. Okay, and then the phi is along z-axis, daripada atas sampai bawah, along z-axis. Okay, phi is from 0 until pi over 2. So 0 until pi over 2 is only here lah. Kalau sampai bawah ni dia actually pi. This is phi equals to pi. So here must be phi equals to pi over 2, half of it, okay? And then theta is from 0 to pi. Theta is what? Theta is on the xy plane. So xy plane kat sini lah. So from 0 until pi. So the red one here is your theta. Okay, the blue one here. Okay, the blue one up until here is your phi. Okay, there's a difference between theta and phi. And theta is on the xy plane, 2D. Angle, 2D angle, xy plane. Okay, and then the rho is 3D angle along z-axis. Along z-axis saja dia tak patah balik. Maksudnya daripada z positif hingga z negatif. That's it. Okay, dia tidak pusing balik. Yang pusing balik tu adalah theta. So you ada macam ni lah. This is what they call a quarter sphere. Quarter sphere. So yang belah sini dah potong, belah bawah pun dah potong. So you akan ada what you call a quarter sphere lah. Not a hemisphere lah. Hemisphere mesti sampai bawah. Okay, so that's it for question number 1. Now let's go into question number 2. So question number 2 is already give you the limit, so you just use the limit that's been given to you. Use spherical coordinate to find the volume. So what is the difference in finding the volume using triple integral and double integral? Okay, so volume, so ni pun saya dah bagi tahu minggu lepas. Volume using triple integral, the integral is equals to 1. However, volume using double integral, okay, the integral is equals to fxy. Okay, so that's different. Now, use spherical coordinate to find the volume of a solid bounded above by the sphere and below by the cube. So kalau bentuk macam ni, actually dia ada macam bentuk ice cream ni. Okay, above by the sphere. So this is the sphere. Sphera ni jejari dia adalah 3. And then below by the cone. So cone ni dia dah bagi dia punya phi. Okay, the phi here is equals to pi over. So quarter. Okay, so we just use the limit given. Okay, for spherical integral, spherical coordinates punya integration, the integral is rho squared sin phi. Sin phi, so d rho d theta d phi lah, d rho d phi d theta or d theta d phi ikut. Okay, so this is important Dia sama macam kalau cylindrical you akan ada apa? Ini dalam formula, dalam apa final dia akan bagi formula, don't worry. So kalau dalam cylindrical dia ada R, dr, dz, d theta kan? Or R, dz, dr, d theta. So ikutlah. Okay. And then in polar, dia akan ada, kalau polar double integral sajalah. So dia akan ada R, dr, d theta. So this is the integrand that has in every each of the coordinates, okay, spherical, cylindrical, and polar. So for this one, the question asks us to use spherical coordinate. So the integrand should be rho squared sin phi d rho d phi d theta. Okay, so what is our rho? Rho is from 0 until 3. Phi is already been given also, 0 until pi over 4. And then the theta is 0 until 2 pi. Okay, theta tu ingat theta is this one. The projection on the xy plane you akan ada circle. Okay, and then this circle is a full circle. XY, full circle kan? Okay, so that's why it is from 0 until 2 pi. Dia patah balik. Okay. Okay, so this is what you want to solve. I think that wouldn't be a problem for this one, right? Okay. So one more thing to solve for the spherical coordinates. Okay, you can solve directly because the rho and the sine and the theta is not attached by any addition or subtraction. It's only a multiplication. Okay, so it's multiply in between each other. So actually you can do the integration directly lah. Contoh maksudnya rho cos 2 akan jadi rho cos 3 per 3. And then you can directly integrate the sine without waiting for the rho, because rho will be rho only. There's no phi there, there's no theta there. Okay, so and then the phi is sine phi. Integrate sine will be negative cos. So directly from 0 until pi over 4. Again, you can directly integrate for theta, which is theta lah sebab tak ada theta kan. So it's from 0 until pi. Then you can get your answer. So this is your answer. 18 pi 1 minus square root 2 over 2. Use spherical coordinate to find the volume, the solid that lies inside the sphere and outside the cone. Okay. Okay, so the volume of the solid that lies inside the sphere, so dia ada sphera jejari 2. Okay, because x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals to 4, so that this will be 2 lah. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. And then outside the cone, so cone pada z axis. So cone ni atas dan bawah ada. Okay, where is the volume that the question wants us to find? Okay, inside the sphere is inside this bulatan lah kan. But then outside the cone, so the cone will be this one lah, infinitely. Okay, it's infinite lah sebab dia tak bagi tahu pun sampai bila. Okay, then the question want us to find this blue one. Okay, outside the cone. Outside the cone kan tu, tapi dia masih di dalam sfera itu. Okay, inside the sphere, outside the cone. Okay, now the cone is what? The cone is z squared equals to x squared plus y squared. Okay, and then the sphere is x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals to 4. Okay, so now we know that the rho will be equals to 2. Okay, because x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals to rho squared equals to 4, so rho equals to 2. Okay, and then this one, the z squared equals to x squared plus y squared. Okay, we know that the phi will be phi daripada sini sampai sini kan, yang merah ni phi, the phi will be equals to pi over 4. Okay, kenapa pi over 4? Because the cone is half, is quarter kan. Okay, kalau sampai y itu adalah pi over 2. Okay, but then it's half of pi over 2, then it's pi over 4. Or you can use the conversion from this z squared plus z squared equals to r x squared plus y squared. Okay, this conversion from rectangular to cylindrical coordinate. Spherical coordinate. Okay, what is the conversion? Okay, so this for the conversion you have to look into 4.6.3. So I will show you. Actually, you have x equals to rho sine phi cos theta, y equals to rho sine phi sine theta, z equals to rho. This is all been given in your final, don't worry, except for the r. The r is not been given, I think. The r equals to sine rho sine phi. Okay, but actually you can find the r from here lah. Why? Because r squared equals to x squared plus y squared. Okay, bila you squared kan x squared and then plus y squared, you'll get the r equals to rho sine phi. Okay. Okay, so r equals to x squared plus y squared, in which r equals to rho sine phi kan. So kat sini z akan jadi rho cos phi squared equals to, this is r squared. Okay, so rho squared cos squared phi, r squared tadi apa? R squared adalah rho squared sine squared phi. Okay, from here. Okay, now we want to find the phi kan. We want to find the phi. Phi is here, phi is here. How to find the phi? Okay, sine over cos will get what? Tangent, right? Okay, tangent is sine over cos. So you bawa lah semua ke sebelah sana, you akan dapat, or you divided everything with rho squared cos squared phi. This one also rho squared cos squared phi. Okay, so this one will be 1. This one will be rho, the rho will be mati lah kan. And then sine over cos will be tangent phi. Okay, tangent squared phi, or tangent squared phi equals to 1, then tangent phi also equals to 1 lah. Okay, and then the phi, you can use your calculator to find the phi, which is arctangent 1, then you'll get pi over 4. That's how you get the pi over 4. Right. So you already have your phi, you already have your theta. Sorry, you already have your rho, you already have your phi. Now the theta. The theta is of course 0 until 2 pi lah, sebab dia punya ni still the circle, the whole circle here kan, bulatan ni. Dia punya 2D is on the circle. Okay, so it start from pi over 4 until not the pi 5 pi over 3 pi over 4. Okay. Okay, so the volume, rho square sin phi, d rho, d phi, d theta. Theta is from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, the phi is from pi over 4 until 3 pi over 4. And then the rho is from 0 to 2. Okay, so this is what you want to solve. Let me try, This is not so. Okay, try solve for the integration. Let's do into exercise 4 until 7. Okay, so this is the conversion from rectangular to spherical coordinate. Okay, so before you do the conversion, please do 4.6.3 first. Okay, that is the exercise for the conversion of rectangular to spherical. Okay, so I already given you the formula kan. So this is the formula for conversion yang ini. Okay, so kita akan guna formula ni lah untuk selesaikan 4 hingga 7 tu. Okay, so first of all, the x squared plus y squared plus z squared is equals to rho squared. Okay, so we'll have exponent negative rho squared 3 over 2. Okay, the dz dy dx become rho squared sin phi d rho d phi d theta. Okay, so yang ini adalah this one. Okay, the whole conversion. Okay, now the limit. The limit is to determine the limit you have to sketch back lah. Okay. Kalau tengok kat sini kita tahu sphera ni adalah hemisphere saja. Kenapa hemisphere? Because you start from 0 until the square root. Okay. So z, if you walk along z, it will you will have z equals to 0 until z equals to the half. Okay, so the radius is equals to 1. Okay, sebab sini 1 kan. Okay, and then for the dy dx, untuk dy dx ni, you lukis this two last region is the 2D region kan. So 2D region, it is very easier if you can draw in 2D punya graph. Okay, draw separately in 2D graph, so you can look very clearly into the limits. Okay, do not mix up in the 3D region as well. Okay, so nanti confuse. Okay, so for y is from here, like daripada bawah ke atas. Y, when you walk along y, you will see y equals to 0, which is here, until y equals to the half. Okay, and then x is from -1 until 1. So this is what your R region is. Okay, so it's only a semicircle. So the R region for spherical coordinates only determine the theta. Okay, so theta dia adalah daripada 0 hingga pi saja. Okay, theta hujung sekali ni theta. Okay, the phi, we'll look into the phi, which is 0 until 1. Now the rho is from 0 until 1. The phi is angle on the z axis. So maksudnya daripada atas sini hingga bawah sini saja. This is the phi, which is 0 until pi over 2. Okay, so this is what you want to solve. Kita simplifykan dulu yang kuasa ni. So dia kena exponent negative rho to the power 3 rho squared sin phi d rho d phi theta, so that you want to integrate. And again, this one we have to use substitution. So substitution technique is very important for you to master, because there's a lot of questions using substitution technique in your final. So please, if you find yourself very weak in this technique, you have to look into it again, okay, thoroughly. Okay, what's to substitute? Nak substitute rho kuasa 3 ke rho kuasa 2? Okay, so you have to substitute the one that when you differentiate, you will get the other component or the other not the variable, because it is the same variable, the other component lah. Okay, for this one, for example, if I choose u equals to rho to the power of 3, okay, then when I differentiate du d rho, I'll get 3 rho to the power of 2, and then the rho to the power of 2 is here, okay, the d rho is here, okay, so du equals to rho to the power of 2 d rho, rho to the power of 2 d rho. Okay, how about 3? So 3 bawa ke sebelah sana lah, so dia akan jadi 1 over 3. Okay, so this is actually becomes 1 over 3 du, and then this one will become exponent negative u. Okay, so actually you can bring the negative to the substitution as well. Okay, so if you bring the the negative rho to the power of 3 become u, so your 1 over 3 du will be negative 1 over 3 du. So dia tak ada masalah pun you boleh ambil ataupun you boleh biarkan sajalah. Okay, so you want to solve is exponent negative u, 1 over 3 saya bawa keluar siap-siap. So du, dv still there, d theta still there. Okay. So exponent negative u will be negative exponent negative u. Okay, the rest yang ini boleh selesaikan saja macam tadi, because there's no phi there, there's no theta there. Okay, so you can solve directly. Okay, before anything, let us substitute back the u will be negative rho to the power of 3, in which from u 0 to 1, and then the phi will be phi. Oh, there's still sine phi, sorry. Saya terlupa yang ini so dia ada sine phi, d phi, d theta. Sine phi, d phi, d theta. Okay, then you can integrate the sign will become cos, negative cos phi from 0 until pi over 2, and then the theta is from 0 until this is 1, this is times 1 as well. So 1 minus 1 over exponent. Okay, let us move to question number 5. So we have 0 until 2, 0 until 4 minus y squared, and then x squared plus y squared square root till x squared minus y squared. Ada z squared plus dz x dy. Okay, so the 2D region is xy. So xy is here. So let me draw the xy first. So xy, I work along x first. I will see x equals to 0 until x equals to 4 minus y squared, which is this circle, half circle. But then the y, when I work from y, I didn't see this half below. I only see this y equals to 0 until 2. This is 2. Okay, so my region is this one only. So obviously it is from 0 until pi over 2. Okay, for the theta. Okay, now for the phi and rho, we have to look into the 3D region, which is this one. Okay, so as I work along z-axis, dz dulu kan, akan jumpa z equals to x squared plus y squared. Z equals to x squared plus y squared square root ni is actually a cone lah atas tu. And then I will see z equals to x minus x squared minus y squared, which is the circle yang ini. Okay, so this one is square root x lah. Sebab 8 tolak x kuasa 2 tolak y kuasa 2 cik kuasa. So actually we have something like this. So obviously this one is the phi equals to pi over 4. Kenapa pi over 4? The same argument as we already did before. Okay, just change the z equals to x squared plus y squared square root into from this rectangular to spherical. Okay, then you will find that phi is equals to pi over 4. Okay, so that is what we want to transform. Now the Z. Ya, ada Z kat sini kan? Z pun kena tukar juga. Okay, apa formula untuk Z tadi? Z adalah tadi rho cos phi. Rho cos phi. So rho cos phi. But then the dz dy dx dia ada lagi rho squared sin phi. D rho d phi d theta. Okay, so actually this rho dengan rho ni boleh darab nantilah. Okay, but then kita buat satu-satu. Oh, then this is z squared. Okay, kuasa 2 Okay, so the rho is from 0 until square root 8 kan tadi? Okay. And then phi is from 0 until pi over 4. Okay, and then the theta is from 0 until pi over 2 only. Okay, so permudahkan. So rho ni dah ada kuasa 2 tambah lagi kuasa 2, so dengan kuasa 4. And then we have cos squared phi, sin phi, d rho, d phi, d theta. So this one use substitution. Okay, the rest you may try to solve, find the answer. Now let's look into question number 6. Negative 3 until 3. Negative 9 minus y squared till 9 minus y squared. Okay, if I look into here, this 2D region is a full circle. Okay, why? Because it is negative until negative, positive, and then negative until positive as well. So dia akan jadi full circle. So kalau full circle, the theta will be 0 until 2 pi. Okay. Sometimes you just look into the limits, you already know lah. Not only a full circle, it is actually a full sphere. Sebab daripada negative yang 3D dia pula adalah negative until positive. So it's actually a full sphere. So this one is a full circle for 2D region. And then obviously this is a full sphere for full sphere. Maksudnya sphere lah tu kan. It's a sphere for G region. Okay, so lagi senang lah ni, ambil je dia punya radius. Okay, but it has integrand dx dy. Okay, so we just transform directly. So the x squared plus y squared plus z squared square root is rho. Okay, and again the z dx dy is rho squared sin phi d rho d phi d theta. Okay, so yang ini nanti awak boleh darabkan. Okay, let's look into the rho first. Rho is the radius of the sphere in which 0 until 3 lah now. Kenapa 3? Because we have 9 right? Square root 9 is 3. The phi, since it's a full circle, so daripada atas sampai bawah will be 0 until pi. And then theta 0 until 2 pi. Okay, so this is what actually you want to integrate. Okay, so let's try lah. So do you want to okay, ini paling senang. So you try saja. Next question, question number 7. You have negative 1 till 4. And then 0 until 16. Minus x squared square root. And then the one is 0 until 16 minus x squared minus y squared square root. And then x squared plus y squared. Then dz dy dx. Okay, question number 7. Okay, so this 2D region, not a full circle. Why? Because it starts from 0 here. Okay, so sekarang ni kita lukis balik. When we walk along y kan? So walk along dy, you will see that y equals to 0 first until y equals to this half. Okay, the 16 minus square, this one will be the y equals to 16 minus x square root tu lah. Okay, and then the x from here is from -4 until 4. So this is the circle for the 2D region. Means theta is from 0 until pi only. Okay, now let's look into the 3D region. So 3D region dia ada yang ini, which is again starting from 0. So dia pun bukanlah full hemisphere. Sorry, full sphere. It's not a full sphere. It is a hemisphere. Okay, how do I know? Because it start when you walk along dz, it start from z equals to 0 until z equals to besar. Okay, so this is what the radius for this is 16, square root of 16, which is 4 lah. Okay, so this is the circle yang awak nampak kat sini, tapi dia bukan full circle kan, so actually dia tak sampai belakang ni, dia tak ambil. Okay, kita lukis separuh macam ini saja. Dia ambil separuh. Oh no, not here, not half here Buat lukis separuh, tapi dia cuma ambil separuh yang ini saja. Belah sana. Okay, so you don't have to sketch everything lah. Ini tak perlu pun tak apa. Okay, sebab dia ambil separuh. Yang macam tadi lah, macam tadi juga dia ambil separuh belah situ. Okay, so this is what the 2D regions look like. Okay, so converting the x squared plus y squared square root is actually r kan? And then r tadi adalah sama dengan rho sin phi. Ke rho sin phi jap The r is rho sin phi. Okay. So rho sin phi, and then the dz dy dx is rho squared sin phi d rho d phi d theta. So again, rho is from 0 until 4. The radius of the sphere. Phi is from 0 until pi over 2. Sebab dia tak pergi sampai bawah kan, dia quarter sampai, dia separuh saja. So daripada sini sampai sini saja phi awak. Okay. And then the theta, okay, the theta is this one lah, theta, which is again 0 until pi. Okay, so 0 pi over 2, 0, 4. Rho kuasa 2, darab lagi rho sampailah rho kuasa 3. Okay, and then sin phi dapatlah sin squared phi. And then d rho d phi d theta. Okay, so for this one, dia tak guna substitution sebab dia tak ada cos, dia tak ada pasangan dia tu, which is the cos. Okay, what you have to do is to change this sin squared phi using the identity 2. It will become, kalau sin squared dia akan jadi cos 1 minus cos 2 phi over 2. Okay, change to this one first and then you integrate. Okay, try. Question number 8. Use spherical coordinate to evaluate g x squared plus y squared plus z squared dv, which is a solid hemisphere z. Okay, now this hemisphere on the z equals to 0, half sebelah atas, which is the radius is equals to 3. Okay, square root 9 will be 3. Alright. So ni, so x squared plus y squared plus z squared is rho squared lagi. Okay, the dv is rho squared sin phi for spherical coordinate, then d rho d phi d theta. Okay, so the theta is here, the 2D region in which full circle kan. So this is theta, so theta is from 0 until 2 pi. The phi again 0 until pi over 2 because it is half of the sphere. Kalau pi sampai sini sajalah, which is phi equals to pi over 2. And then the rho is from 0 until 3. Tapi sekarang ni rho dia ada kuasa 2 lagi. So rho kuasa 4 Darab rho kuasa 2 jadi rho kuasa 6 lah sini. Okay. So you may try again. So rho to the power of 7 over 7 from 0 until 3, and then the great sign will be negative cos phi from 0 until pi over 2, and then lastly will be theta until 0 until 2. So what's the answer? Just use your calculator to calculate. Question number 9. So we have G, X, Y, Z, dV, which is a solid between sphere. Okay, dia ada dua sfera sekarang ni, and above the cone in the first octant. Okay, so now the cone is no longer in terms of Z squared equals to X squared plus Y squared. Okay, kalau Z squared equals to X squared plus Y squared, di sini, this one is, let's say the cone is, okay, Z squared equals to X squared plus Y squared. Okay, then the phi will be equals to pi over 4. Okay, this is the general equation of the cone. Okay, the general cone. However, now the cone dia ada bukaan yang lebih besar. Okay, dia ada Z squared equals to 3x squared plus 3y squared. Okay, so obviously the phi will be different. Bukan yang lebih kecil sebenarnya sebab 3, okay. 1 over 3 lah ni, 1 over 1, 1 over 3. Okay, so obviously the phi will be different lah. How to find the phi? So again, this one Z squared equals to 3, kita factor out the 3 will be 3x squared plus y squared. So Z tadi adalah rho cos phi kan, rho cos phi squared, and then this x squared plus y squared is r squared. So r tadi adalah cosine phi, rho sin phi squared. Okay, so dia ada 3 kat situ. Okay, so rho squared cos squared phi equals to 3 rho squared sin squared phi. So again divided both by rho squared cos squared phi. Kenapa kita divide by rho squared sin cos squared phi? Because sin over cos will be tangent kan. Okay, so this one will be 1, this one will be sin over cos. You have 3 tangent phi. Sorry, this is tangent squared phi. So this one will be square root 1 over 3 tangent square root. Okay, betul eh? Okay, so we get pi over 6. Okay, so for your phi now, it is equals to pi over 6, no longer pi over 4. So x, y, z. Jom ni. So x is rho sin phi cos theta multiply by y is rho sin phi sin theta multiply again by z. Z is rho cos phi, and then the dv is rho squared sin phi d rho d phi d theta. Okay, and then the rho is from 2 until 4 kan? 2 until 4 because it has two sphere. The first sphere is 4. Okay, so square root 4 will be 2. The second sphere is 16. So square root 16 will be 4. Okay, so the rho from 4 to 16. So macam ni lah, dia ada dua sphere. Sphere pertama ni dia cari 2. Sphere kedua ni dia cari. Okay. So this one is actually dia nak So 2 until 4. The phi is 0 until pi over 6. Okay, however, the first octant means 16 ini saja, which is 0 until pi over 5 over 2. Okay, first octant this one lah, which is the theta will be from 0 until pi over 2. So this is your theta, this is your P. Okay, let's simplify this whole thing first. Okay, ada berapa row ni? Row 2, 3, 4, 5. So, row kuasa 5. Ada berapa sign? Sign 1, 2, 3. Sign to the power of 3 V. Dan cos V pun ada. And then cos theta pun ada. Cos theta 1. And then sin theta pun 1. Okay, so this is what you want to solve. Okay, obviously, for the you have to use two multiplication here. Multiplication, but two substitution here. The first substitution is for phi. Okay, the second substitution is for theta. Also use substitution, The phi is different, the theta will be different. Tak boleh sekali kan, because it is different variable. The phi and theta is a different variable. Okay, try for this one. I would like you to try for this one because there's two substitution. Okay, we come to our last question, which is question number 10. Find the volume of the solid of the cone. Okay. So you ada cone. Okay, and then this cone, dia tak ada diagram ni, dia tak ada sphere ke atas tu. Tapi dia kata apa? Dia kata dia ada z equals to 1. Plan z equals to 1. So dia berhenti sampai situ sajalah. Okay. However, there's no sphere, but then the question still asks us to use spherical coordinate. Okay, is it possible? Of course lah, kalau soalan dah suruh tu means it's possible. However, when there's no sphere, then we don't have row. Okay, our row is no longer constant. In this question, our row is a function of phi. Okay, so apa maksud dia tu? Kita tengok This one obviously dia akan jadi z equals to x squared plus y squared square root. So phi, kalau soalan macam ni, phi dia akan jadi sama dengan pi over 4 sebab dia tak ada constant kan. Okay, kosong hingga pi over 4 untuk phi. Okay, and then the theta is the projection on the xy plane. So bila you buat projection on the xy plane, you will see the circle kan. So this one will be a circle full. So bila full circle maksudnya kosong hingga 2 pi. Rho squared sin phi d rho d phi d theta. Okay, now our only problem is the rho. How to find the rho? Okay, so saya keluarkan yang this part merah ni. Kalau tengok yang ini segi 4 merah ni saya keluarkan. Okay. This one is Z tadi kan? Yang ini katalah R. Okay, sebab xy plane, x squared plus y squared equals to R kan? xy plane tu sama dengan ni. Okay, so this one is Z equals to R. Kenapa Z equals to R? Sebab Z equals to x squared plus y squared. Ataupun samalah juga dengan Z equals to R. Sebab x squared plus y squared square root is equals to R. Okay, so this one is 1 tadi kan? 1 atas tu. So bila ini sama dengan Z sama dengan R, kat sini pun mestilah 1 juga. Betul? Sebab Z sama dengan R. Kalau Z sama dengan 1, R sama dengan 1. Okay. So this is our phi tadi kan? This is our phi. Now, you look here. Where is your supposed to be rho? Rho ni adalah yang inilah sepatutnya. Yang ini sampailah yang merah ni. Maksudnya kalau saya gerakkan rho saya daripada sini, saya gerak sepatutnya macam ni. Okay. Suppose this row, kalau dia satu macam tu, dia ada Okay, so kalau saya bawa keluar, row tu dia sepatutnya macam ni kan. Tapi sekarang ni dia tak ada macam tu. Dia this one. Okay. Susah nak explain, tak apa. Okay, now we are looking into this row. This is row, this is also row. Okay, this one happens if phi equals to 0, then row equals to 1. Kat sini atas ni. Okay. If phi equals to pi over 4 kan, ini tadi pi over 4 kan. Sampai sini is pi over 4. Row dia sama dengan apa? Row dia sama dengan square root tu. Macam mana saya tahu square root tu? Sebab sini 1, sini pun 1. So, sini mestilah 1 tambah 1 kuasa 2 tambah 1 kuasa 2 punca kuasa. Hypotenuse. Theorem Pythagoras. Okay. So, this is 1, this is 1. This will be square root 2. Okay. This is what happens here. So, kalau row phi equals to 0, row equals to 1, and then phi equals to pi over 4, row equals to square root 2. So your row will be in between 1 and square root 2. Okay, so how to determine these changes? It will depends on the value of phi. Okay, kan? Sebab tadi kalau angle kita phi sama dengan kosong, row kita sama 1. Tapi bila angle phi sama dengan pi over 4, row kita jadi sama dengan square root 2. So katalah saya ambil a general row here. Sini row. General Dia bukan 1, dia bukan punca kuasa 2. Dia in between. Okay. So kita tak tahu lagi apa phi kita kat sini. Kita tak tahu lagi apa phi kita kat situ. Tapi kita boleh dapatkan persamaan antara phi row dan juga satu ni. Okay. Apa dia? Kalau sebelahan per hypotenuse apa dia? Cos ke sin? This is the cos kan? Okay, yang ini 390 darjah. So this is our hypotenuse. Now we have the value here, 1. Cos phi sama dengan 1 per row. Okay. Now we want the row kan? Row become the subject because this is the row. So row equals to whatever it is lah. So row will be equals to 1 over cos phi. Okay, so our limit here is from row from 0 until 1 over cos phi. 1 over cos phi tu apa dia? Second ke cosecant? Second kan? Okay. Second phi, which is this one lah, equals to second phi. Because if it's 1 over sine means cosecant. 1 over tangent is cotangent. Okay, so this is what you want to integrate. You may try lah. Okay, the only thing here is this one lah. Okay, because now there are no sphere. However, the question still asks us to use spherical coordinates. So we have to find the row in terms of some function. Okay, no longer a constant. Okay, so how to get the function of row? Kita ada phi kat situ, kita ada 1 kat situ, kita gunakan apa formula yang ada, in which we can use the cosecant punya function. Okay, cosecant, cosine punya function, cos, and then the cos is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, sebelahan per hypotenuse, which is 1 over row. So row will be 1 over cos, or become secant. Okay. Okay, that's it. Question number 10 kan ni. Okay, so we have already come to our last question, question number 10 for exercise 4.6.4. So far do you have any question? You can use both triple integral and both spherical coordinate and cylindrical coordinate to solve for one question. Okay, dalam modul ada soalan ni dalam modul ada. Okay. Okay, kita nak solve soalan apa? Kita solve soalan hemisphere lah Not the easiest one, but then boleh nampak lah. Let's say we have a hemisphere like this. Kita ambil lah jejari yang paling senang, which is 1. So yang ini, jejari 1. Okay. So in cylindrical coordinate, the equation of the sphere is x squared plus y squared plus z squared equals to 1. Okay, so in cylindrical coordinate, we can use this using cylindrical coordinate. Why? Because the 2D region is a circle. Okay, remember cylindrical coordinate, kalau kita akan tengok pada 2D region saja. So now 2D region is a circle, we can use cylindrical coordinate. We also can use spherical coordinate because it is a sphere. Okay, part of sphere, which is hemisphere. So kita boleh guna dua-dua koordinat ini untuk solvekan volume this one. Okay, let's say I use cylindrical coordinate first. So r dz dr theta. So r is from 0 until 2 pi because it is full circle. Sorry, the theta, not the r. Theta is from 0 until 2 pi. Okay, the r is what? The r is x squared plus y squared equals to 1. So r equals to 1. Okay, 0 until 1. Okay, the z, not the rho, the z here depends on this equation. Okay, so from 0 until 1 minus x squared minus y squared square root. Okay, however, dia ada x, y kan? X dengan y tu kita kena tukar juga kepada r dan theta. So from here we have z equals to 1 minus x squared minus y squared square root, or 1 minus x squared plus y squared square root. What is the x squared plus y squared? It is the r squared. Okay, so your z will be 1 minus r squared square root. Okay, this is what you want to solve for cylindrical coordinate. Okay, let's look into spherical coordinate limits first. Okay, so spherical coordinate, nak cari volume kena guna rho squared sin phi. Okay, and then d rho, d phi, d theta. So again, theta is from 0 until 2 pi. Okay, for phi, since it is only a hemisphere, so 0 until pi over 2 lah. Okay, for rho, 0 until 1 because the radius of the sphere is equal to 1. So it is rather easier using spherical coordinate. Why? Because all the limits are constant. Okay, bila limit constant saja dia senang lah. Okay, now let's look into this one. We solve for this one first. Kita akan apa-apa. Okay, r z. Okay, because this is z, integrate respect to z first. So r is constant. So darab saja z. Z tu masukkan kosong hingga 1 tolak r kuasa 2 square root. dr masih ada, d theta masih ada. Okay, so masukkan tu dia akan dapat 1 tolak r kuasa 2 square root dr d theta. So from this part, you have to use substitution. You tak boleh darab masuk. Okay, you cannot multiply. Why? Because there's a square root there. Okay, square root ni kuasa 1/2. You cannot multiply the power of 1/2 with the power of 1 tu, and then the power of 1/2 dia ada long equations in there, which is 1 minus r squared lagi kan. So tak boleh buat apa-apa. You have to use substitution. What's to substitute? Everything in the square root. Okay. So we let u equals to 1 minus r squared. So du dr will be negative to r. Okay, we have r dr there. So r dr will be negative 1/2 du. Okay, you just apa orang kata? Susun. Okay, you just you susun balik you punya equation so that what's left is r dr only on your right hand side. Okay, all the other equations, the other terms, bring it to the left hand side. Okay, so it will become negative 1/2 du. Okay, and then we can directly substitute. So the r dr will be negative 1/2. So saya buat keluar negative 1/2 because it is only constant, and I'll always bring constant outside. So r dr will be du. The square root will be square root u. So dr is already done. Then what's left is theta. Okay. Okay, so negative 1/2, 0 until 2 pi. So 1/2 plus 1, 1/2 plus 1, because the square root is the power to the power 1/2 kan. Okay, and then how to integrate the power? Plus 1 divided and then the power brings it to become your denominator. Okay, bring it to the down below lah. Okay, 1/2 tambah 1 ni jadi berapa? 3/2. 3/2 bawa naik atas jadi 2/3 lah. Okay, 2/3. Okay, U 3/2. Okay, but before I do anything with that, I have to substitute back the R, which is 1 minus R squared 3/2, and then substitute the value from 0 to 1. Okay, theta will be just theta. Dia tak ada apa-apa dah sini. So, masukkan saja nanti theta from 0 until 2 pi. So, we solve for this R first. Substitute 1. So, 1 minus 1 will be 0. So, 0 minus. Substitute 0 is 1. So, and then theta is from 0 until 2 pi. So, you have a 2 pi over 3 as your answer. Okay, let's solve for the spherical coordinate. So again, solving for spherical coordinates, since all the variables are only multiplication in between each other, okay, no addition, no subtraction, so we can integrate directly one by one lah, separately. So the row is from 0 until 1. The sine phi will be negative cos phi from 0 until pi over 2. And then theta will be theta from 0 until 2 pi. So 1/3. Cos pi per 2 is 0, right? Okay, so 0 minus negative 1 and then 2 pi. So you'll have 2 pi over 3. So your answer will be the same, regardless of you use a cylindrical coordinate or spherical coordinate, because now you are calculating the same volume, the volume of the same solid, which is the hemisphere. Okay, so in this part, obviously using spherical coordinates is easier. Okay, since you can directly get the answer without have to use any substitution technique. Okay, so I hope you can understand how to differentiate, how to distinguish between these two coordinates. Okay, so actually you can use both in some problems. However, it may give you easier ways or harder way. That's it.